Extreme Gamers asks, which next-gen console are you getting if at all? And again, Wii U, probably, maybe, probably not, but we'll see. Well, second question, what new games are you looking forward to? Again, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, Zelda, Smash Bros. Wraithor100 asks, what is the funniest thing you've ever done in a video game? I guess this can go back to 2003, 2004, maybe even 2002. I was playing the Nintendo 64 version of The World Is Not Enough, and I had my friend Jay over. And in this particular mission, it's a mansion level where you're supposed to sneak around, and you're not allowed to kill anyone because then you alert the guards, and you can't even get seen by these certain guards, so they automatically fail the mission for you. And so I'm going to this one building to disable a camera surveillance thingamajig or whatever. And in this mission, you have 12 tranquilizer darts you can... I think it was 12 tranquilizer darts you're able to use. And at this point in the game... Hey, doorbell. At this point in the game, I had one dart left. And I had the dart active, and I turned to my friend Jay, and as I'm saying I have one dart left, I accidentally hit the trigger button to shoot the dart, and it just bounces off a wall or something. So we've had a good laugh about that for a very long time. It sounds very trivial, but it was just the perfect timing to say, this is my last dart, and then there it goes. It was gone. We've even still poked fun at that, even as recent as last year, I think. So yeah, the infamous The World Is Not Enough dart. Second question, what's your favorite music from a video game? You know what, I'm gonna give the Sonic series its due here. I think the Sonic the Hedgehog series has phenomenal music constantly throughout. Even if the games are kind of bad, like I did not enjoy Sonic Unleashed at all, and Sonic 06 is a notorious disaster. But still, the music in those games are excellent. I could listen to some of those tracks all day. So, I don't know, Sonic is just consistently able to keep it up. Sure, I love the Zelda game Zelda games music at the same time, but Sonic, I think, constantly does it throughout, and barely has any misses. Zelda has quite a few misses that I don't know. I don't think Sonic has nearly as many misses. The Mega Man Legends series, I'm also going to put in a good word for music-wise. Stuttering Archaeology asks, would you ever consider doing... Wait, did I get both of his questions? Yeah. Would you ever consider doing a Let's Play with a fan or a group on another channel? I kind of do. It's just weird and ironic in that most of those projects end up being uploaded on this channel. Like the Isaac races and the Zelda race and everything that's going on right now. Grunt and I, though, I mean, I do PlanetSide with him, and some of the PlanetSide footage ends up on his channel. We've done other things that end up on Grunt's channel. I can't remember... Oh, I participated in like a little Q&A game with Shoelace, and that'll be on the MBW Champion channel eventually. So mainly, yeah, I'm open to it, as long as it's a fun and interesting idea, and it's not overly goofy or anything. Time-wise, again, it's all dependent on that. But yeah, I'm definitely open to doing stuff like that. Second question, will you ever do more games where you show your face? I have a few live-action ideas. I just don't know how well I could do them because I don't have any fancy editing skills or technology even around to make them look good. But yeah, I've had some live-action series ideas. Dip Clip Guy, that's actually a cool name, asks, what are your plans for later LPs? Like, what do you hope to LP? We've gone through that one already. Second question, what is your favorite game you've played? You don't have to have LP'd it, but anyone you've played in, still, I would give that one to Skies of Arcadia Legends for the GameCube. There is a Dreamcast version, but I'm specifically talking about the GameCube version. I never had a Dreamcast. Headhunter5438 asks, what was the first game you ever played? We're pretty sure it's Yar's Revenge for the Atari 2600. I think it was on the Atari 2600. I don't think we had a 5200. Pretty sure it was a 2600. Memory-wise, though, I think it's because I don't remember playing Yar's Revenge. What I do remember playing is the Tom and Jerry game for the Super Nintendo. So kind of a mix between those two. And man, that Tom and Jerry game was difficult. Holy crap! I don't even think I beat it as a kid. Are you kidding? This segue, man! Mitchell Mayers asks, did you get the line, "We've got to have money," from the Tom and Jerry movie where they had Tom and Jerry talk? Yes, I did. That is exactly where that meme comes from. And I probably wouldn't have even been using that line had that meme not existed. What is with these segues, though? That's amazing. Oh, yeah, that was from the Tom and Jerry movie. I don't even remember what the villain's name is. I just remember that being a line from that movie. Melissa T asks, what are non-game related hobbies you enjoy? I kind of am a writer. I don't write as much anymore because I've been getting involved with the ZC projects and everything and getting more active on the channel. But I am technically a writer. And sometimes I'll just go lift weights or run or something to stay in shape. I don't necessarily care about building muscle. I just kind of want to, you know, I don't want to drop dead at 50 because I made poor choices and everything, so I like to stay fit. Second question, were you always aiming to be a math teacher, or did you have other aspirations when you started college? Kind of glossed over it earlier. No, my first year I actually majored in chemistry, and as I was going through chemistry, I realized I had nothing I wanted to do in a lab. I didn't feel like sitting isolated away from people and working on some enzyme or whatever, or some other weird thing. Not that chemistry is weird, but that was just my image of it, is I have nothing I want to do and it all seems like a strange idea, so I decided to leave that. There was some point when I considered becoming an English major, which I could do writing-wise. Speaking-wise, I don't know. As you guys know, I seem to have some prominent difficulties in that, but yeah. Welch Drew! Hey, another long time. Yeah, there's a lot of long-time channel watchers here, and I like that. I love that I'm able to recognize so many names after all these years. It makes me think I'm doing a good job if people are sticking around this long. Alright, Welch's first question. Do you ever plan on trying the game Lone Survivor? I've actually never heard of that. Do you have more information for me, maybe? I guess I could Google it, but I'm trying to use that as an excuse to get more people to talk, I guess. Lone Survivor. I'll have to look it up, though, and I guess I'll get back to you in a Teamudf news or something if I ever... You know what, let me pull that up in Google right now. Lone Survivor. Just so I don't forget about it. It's a psychological survival adventure game. Ooh, actually sounds quite good. Alright, second question. Do you ever plan on ever trying a Minecraft modded survival LP? I think I answered that one earlier. It's a definite maybe. Time-wise and whatever else I'm doing, I don't know if I'll ever get back to Minecraft. Alright. Tay461 remembers the 1000 sub Q&A. Good times, good times. Damien the Movie Maker asks, do you ever think you would start selling Teamudf merch, such as t-shirts? I have had t-shirt ideas before. I don't know exactly how to go about doing that. That's something I would have to research. Actually, MBW Champion, or Shoelace as I call him, he actually, I think, sells t-shirts for the Hero of Dreams and stuff. So I might have to ask him how he set that up, because I am interested in making my own designs. Like a Kajido t-shirt, or 4 Hearts of Damage, or Chicken Pot Pie, and all these other goofy things that I've just done on the channel. So yeah, eventually I hope to do something fun like that. I don't know how many people would be interested in buying, though. That would be something else you guys can point out in the comments. The second question, do you like the Civilization series? And think of it as a game you do videos for. So I've never played the Civilization series, but Grunt did talk me into buying Civilization 5, and we may try doing the Elder Scrolls map for that, because there is an Elder Scrolls mod for Civilization 5, and he's made it seem like a ton of fun, so I might do that as like a bonus Elder Scrolls thing, while making it a new series in general. Dark Zero CE16 asks, Team, are you going to do Tales in the Skyrim version, have Kajido do quests as well? I've had Kajido do some quest lines. I've probably had Zelos do most of the mod reviews, because I don't think I've reviewed a lot of evil-looking mods. So I just play Zelos as the good guy, then. As for Tales in Skyrim, I don't know. Like I said earlier, it depends on if I'm willing to sit down and relearn all my camera techniques and find idle animation mods and everything. For now, I'm just going to stay with Tales from Cyrodiil. Midnight's Mercy asks, will you be doing more Oblivion? Yes. When? I don't know. Second question, will there be cake? Yes, but I have already stolen it from Zero. Or Brian Dio 313. Trainer Mo asks, have you watched... What? Have you watched My Little Pony Fim? don't know what that is. I know it's My Little Pony, so no, I haven't. Second question, if you had a choice, what Elder Scrolls game would you make as far as Elsewhere, Black Marsh? As much as I love Japan and would be interested in seeing the Akaviri, I think I would actually make my game in Elsewhere because I love a desert scene and oases and things like that. So I think if I could make my own Elder Scrolls game, it would probably be in Elsewhere. Reaction ZX Revan asks, what do you teach? I teach Algebra 1 and 2 at a college level. Sometimes it's called beginning algebra and it's called intermediate algebra, but it's more or less Algebra 1 and 2, just at a different level. And second question, how did you come up with Zelos Phoenix and Kajido Nolan? Well, wait a minute, you spelled Kajido correctly, but not Nolan. How did you pull that off? No, okay. Zelos is just the general hero figure I made from my Oblivion file, and Kajido is just kind of his foil. I've always loved the name Kajido, and I wanted to, I don't know, Kajido was actually originally a villain in one of my writing projects, and I decided to carry him over into the Tales universe, and just have him be the general foil for Zelos Phoenix. They're kind of each other's foils. I don't know, there was no really big thought process on coming up with them. They just happened to start existing because I needed a hero and a villain figure. Dark Zerker X asks, do you prefer... Wait, did I get the other guy's second question? Yes, that was the second question. Okay, Dark Zerker X asks, do you prefer Oblivion or Skyrim and why? Right now, I prefer Oblivion just because it's able to hold my Tales universe in place. And whenever I get on to play Oblivion, I just have positive memories like, oh man, I'm in the Tales universe, and then I get all excited and I generally go record more Tales after whatever series I'm recording. Skyrim is fun, but the reason I got Oblivion for PC was for the mods, so in kind of going along with that, the reason I got Skyrim was to eventually see what mods there were. And it all comes down to the Oblivion modding community. I honestly think it's a lot better than the Skyrim modding community. Skyrim is a lot more mainstream, and it brings all of the mainstream gaming problems along with it. There are great modders out there, like the guy who made Falls Car, Forgotten Mountain Keep, Leveler's Tower, all the other ones that I've done and generally given good ratings for, but the community as a whole, I don't like it nearly as much as I did the Oblivion one. And Oblivion held my attention more, so I'm giving the edge to Oblivion for now. Do I think Skyrim has a chance to surpass it? Absolutely, because people are doing amazing things with these mods. They're going above and beyond some of what we've seen in Oblivion, and I think they'll be able to continue that streak. Question 2. What Skyrim or Oblivion mod had the most impact on you, emotion, stunning, etc.? The Lost Spires from Oblivion has to be my top mod. Like, probably tied with Ancient Towers and Servant of the Dawn. So those three mods put together, and maybe Lost Spires inches them out, if only because that was the first one I thought of when you asked that question. They're just easily the best mods I've ever done on the channel for any game. Any game. Mr. Midas asks, ooh, from Canada, fantastic. Mr. Midas asks, what is your preferred race in the Elder Scrolls universe? Could it be the most interesting, most mysterious, whatever floats your boat, as they say? I try not to cop out and say humans. So let's think of something else that I would maybe want to do. I guess the High Elves are okay. Maybe the Dark Elves. Anything regarding elves and their magical ability, because who doesn't like a good magic spell and the idea of being able to cast magic spells or whatever? And they generally seem like interesting, greatly varied characters. Like, I guess it's that they have a bunch of sub-races in one giant race, and you can have all the personality clashes and the feuds and everything going on. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and say elves. Although I heard about this race of, like, snake samurai or something. That seems like it could be really awesome if they ever put that in a game. That would probably be my favorite race if they ever put it in a game. Snake samurai. Second question from Mr. Midas. What's your take on the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind? Morrowind looks like it could be the most sound of the Elder Scrolls games, but no, I have not played it, and I would have to play it. in order to determine if that's what I think, but it just seems like there was a lot more to do back then. It had a different playstyle and everything. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from the size and the grandeur of games like Oblivion or Skyrim. And really, I'd say out of all of them, I'd still probably think Oblivion is my favorite, but Morrowind seems like it would be an excellent game. Is it outdated? Maybe, but there are graphics mods, and who cares anyway? It's graphics. Just play the freaking game if it's fun. Fail Freeman HL asks, oh, another Canada. Okay, another Canadian. Alright. Are you considering doing LPs for the Half-Life series? So, when it was Halo versus Half-Life, I was honestly on the Halo side of the spectrum. The Half-Life series doesn't grab me, really. I don't know. I mean, Portal was awesome, but Half-Life didn't seem like it had anything for me. I think I'll pass on the Half-Life series for now. Second question, how do you record and edit your footage and your voice from your computer TV and put them all together that they are synced up and look nice? Well, I'm glad you think that way. I don't always think that way, but I guess it's good that you guys do. It's more important what you guys think than what I think, I suppose. For most games, I'm recording the in-game footage and my, and all the sound with Fraps, actually. If I'm doing it with Fraps, I'm pretty much good to go. The TV, I actually use what's called an HD PVR, the Hauppauge. And it's a splitter that sends the signal to this recording program on my computer. And I'm able to save the recording program, or the recorded game footage, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then I throw everything in Camtasia, and sometimes I do have to manually sync things. Like, any console game I've done, I have like a 5-second countdown at the beginning of each episode, and I have to sync up with that countdown to make sure things are okay. And I still get a hiccup here or there, but yeah, if it's a straight-up game like Oblivion or something, I don't have to sync a thing, because Fraps does everything for me. But if it's Zelda Classic, or even a console game or an emulator or whatever, then yeah, I have to start syncing things manually in Camtasia Studio. I used to use Windows Movie Maker back when the channel started, if anyone remembers that. That would just give me inconsistent video quality, and I'm kind of glad I got rid of it. J to the P2 asks, do you have a 3DS? No, I don't. Second question, if so, do you have any plans to get Zelda A Link Between Worlds and possibly LP it? Now, I might get a 3DS for Zelda A Link Between Worlds. Not only that, though, but I might get it for the Professor Layton series, because that looks like it could be a really fun and engaging, I'm going to bring the word engaging back, series. So it wouldn't be like I'm buying the system to play 1 or 2 games, because the Professor Layton series has a lot of games in it. And Zelda is Zelda. And it actually looks gripping enough to play. I'm actually interested to see what they've done with the world from A Link to the Past in this generational-based sequel. I would have to find a capture card and things, so it might be a little more money than it's worth, but I do at least have an interest in doing it for now. Whether or not I'm able to follow through on it, I have yet to see. So, sorry, but this also goes in the maybe file, but with interest. Reference Guy X13 asks, do you have any idea on how long this channel will last? Hopefully, perpetually, as we discussed earlier. Second question, what is the greatest moment in gaming from your personal experience? Not a cutscene, but a thing you have done. Greatest moment in gaming. It might be a little too easy to say Zero Deathing Parallel Worlds. Let me find something else. Maybe way back when I was a kid playing GoldenEye, I had been working on 00 Agent Aztec for the longest time. And this level broke me. This level shattered me. my family knew how much it pissed me off. My friends knew how much it pissed me off. And then finally, I got that one lucky time. I think I had Moonraker lasered some guy who would come around the corner, and he was about to finish me off, and I killed him, and I managed to outlast the timer, and finally I beat Aztec on 00 Agent and GoldenEye. So maybe just for the sheer amount of crap that I had to go through in order to get that done, that's probably my moment. Parallel Worlds is likely a close second, though, because it's Parallel Worlds, and holy crap. Zarias, if you could design your perfect fantasy console, what would it look like and have? The Game Sphere. No, I don't know, actually. I am going to probably cop out on this answer and say I don't think I would have a perfect console. I'm perfectly content with the PC here, actually. Because, yeah, I've never actually thought about anything like that, but a perfect fantasy console, what would it have? I mean, I suppose the laziest answer would be, you know, just design something that had all my favorite games on it and would continue having all my favorite series on it. Like, you know, why does Sonic have to be... Sonic's not exclusive to Xbox now. Like, if you can make your own GameCube, let's say, but it had all the newest Splinter Cells and it had all the newest Sonics and all the newest Zelda. Something like that. I have no idea, though. Second question, do you have any LPers or channels or other YouTubers, gamers you idolize, look up to? If so, why? As far as LPers go, Mick Gemmer was really what got me into the game, so I really appreciate what he did. It's sad to see that he might be gone forever. Probably not forever, but he's at least gone now, and I don't know if he'll be coming back. And he's a really realistic... God, English again. He's a realistic person, and I appreciate him for that. The biggest YouTuber that I probably like... Actually, let me Google really quick which one of these two is bigger, because I don't know who has more subs right now. Okay, it's probably Nova. Yeah, Nova. Okay, so the other two... I guess the only two big YouTubers I really like are Nova and Markiplier. Markiplier has that good balance of silliness, but he tries to do other things. He's not really redundant. He doesn't make the same jokes 100% of the time. And he can actually talk about what's going on in the game instead of just being a goofball like some other big YouTubers out there. So I really like Markiplier for that, even though I know it seems like he's that really goofy kind of goofy. And Nova's a huge YouTuber, which I usually don't like. However, what I think Nova does that is really good is he actually tries to take that extra step and interact with his viewers, actually get out there and play games with his subscribers. And he's got close to 2 million of these subscribers, so think about how much pressure that is on him, that he has to go out there and try to find a select group of them that he can play games with regularly or do stuff with, take interactive polls and suggestions from. So I don't know. Nova, I think, is the one guy who does this correctly out of all the big YouTubers. So for that, if my channel were to ever get that lucky and somehow soar to that height, I would probably try to base most of what I do on Markiplier and Nova. X was another good YouTuber that I used to idolize, but he seemed to leave, and when he came back, it just wasn't the same for some reason. I can't pinpoint why, but old X I really enjoyed. He's actually the reason I found Minecraft in the first place. Real Fresh with a PH asks, hey team, was wondering what UDF stands for? Universal Domination Federation? Second question, what's the greatest amount of time you spent working on a single dungeon in ZQuest? I'll say a couple months, only because... maybe even longer than that, but if anyone remembers that level 1 from Pale Soul when I did that demo way back then, and then when I did my level 1 demo of Silent Fade, it was also a water level. That's because it was the same level, I just kept redesigning it. So I guess that level 1 from Pale Soul or Silent Fade that I kept redesigning would qualify as the dungeon I kept working the most on. And it was, you know, it was probably even a few months because I had redone that thing like 3 to 4 times. I was also very slow at ZQuest back then. I couldn't design rooms nearly as quickly as I can now.